Throw Gang, we are joined by the head honcho of the Hudson River, Lauren Schlossman.
Hello.
And myself, the Skidoo Don Dada, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly running of the boys with today's full episode only available on patreon.com/throwingfits. Lawrence, how's your week and is your passport expired?
No, my passport is good to go.
We're going to Johnny Old England, mate.
Sup, mate?
London, England. Although we're going to Manchester.
Yeah, the big thing with me is I'm still sore from jet skiing 3 days later. Like, my whole body is feeling it. And it's good to be back. It feels like we haven't done this in like a year,
I'm
but
excited.
it's only been 2
Well,
weeks.
there's been so much going on.
Oh, my God. How are you, by the way?
I'm fucking great. I'm amped. We got a lot to get through, so let's get into it. Before we get into our new showstopper collaboration, Berries and Cream.
I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
How are you aware of that? Because it's such a TikTok thing. Has it made its way to like Boomer IG yet?
No, I mean, it's just the Starburst commercials, right?
Yes, but from like
I watched
2014.
television.
But from like,
Yeah, but it was like an iconic, it was like a Super Bowl ad, I'm sure.
but have you seen like all the remixes? Like
No.
they're like, okay.
Wait, so we just literally were that tapped into the zeitgeist
Yes.
that we created that the cardigan was created independent of a berries and cream resurgence? Sick, dude.
before we get into that, before we get into almost dying in the name of sponsored content,
yeah.
like people have like long COVID. You're gonna have like long SpawnCon lung.
Yeah.
You know, like we'll get into that and
Spawn lung.
yeah, and Jimmy getting on his dog behavior and so much more.
Shout out Bella.
Let's get into a fit
Shout out
check.
sweet Bella. I
Let's
miss
get-
you. All
Let's
right.
get into a fit check.
Why don't you do it, buddy?
All right, I got shout out Manresa. I'm gonna hold up the dogs. I love this color. It's like a nice little sage green sock.
Yeah, those are good socks for sure.
I got 2 pairs of these white and I think
I have one for each foot.
yeah, exactly. Talk about them with the hat and then throwing fits the TF the fucking berries and cream shorts. Remember I wanted like
just the berries. Well, the fine wine.
but I did want a cream script. Remember that?
Oh yeah, but just complicated things.
Yeah, but
And
I
those
don't
are the
know,
ones
so
where it fades anyway.
exactly. Shh.
The best mesh that has ever been created. Why aren't all the shorts made from the mesh that you guys didn't want to use because
right,
the
all
screen
right.
printing doesn't work on it?
No, it's that the ink was
Yeah.
there was a bad batch. It was like season 2 of The Wire when
I've been
Avon Barksdale spikes the batch
Bro.
coming into
so you
the jail.
So your move is whatever show you're watching, so Sopranos or The Wire. That's just where all your references come from.
Yeah.
So we're in Wire mode.
Yeah, season 2. Frank Sabatka. We used to make things in this country.
Anyway, sorry, I've been reading a lot of Reddit.
Oh. Yeah,
Hence-
you have.
hence the
Hence
shorts.
the anger. Engineered garments, friends and family. When you hear your family, split collar T-shirt, and then Manresa. I don't know if you can see the floral corduroy on this cap here, but this dude, shout out the guy Mike.
Oh,
Well,
there
you
you go. Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah,
Nice.
for big ganging up. Shout out Mike, straight out of Connecticut. Tri-state homie. He does work.
He put the logo on the box. You see that?
Yeah,
I didn't even notice that. Is that hand drawn?
looks like it.
Wow, dude. What's his name? Mike.
Mike.
Shout out Mike. Thanks for all the
fuck.
free. Thanks for all the free shit.
Manresa. So he does work on 18 East. He helps out Antonio with like a lot of the embroidery stuff.
Yeah, he hit me up about this. Yeah,
And
yeah.
now Antonio is kind of like turning around. You know, he's a fucking gabagool. He's doing in the Omerta favor for favor shit.
Oh, I see.
Now I'm back on Sopranos, where he's helping Mike kind of develop Manresa. And like I was telling him, so far the strongest shit is kind of the stuff that like focuses on like the textiles and the fabrics, much like 18 East.
Exactly.
Where it's like the subtle imprint of the florals into the corduroy without like being too obnoxious.
Not sick.
And there's another hat. I have a brown version, the green version. So shout out Manresa. Thank you for the Johns. And
Panties?
Panties are Hanes boxers.
Cool. I wore the
Larry, what are you wearing?
I wore the whale boner sambas to the crib. I have on John Elliott socks. I am also wearing pod shorts, but the black, the back in blacks. I have on a vintage indigo Woolrich overshirt from our boy Vintage Sponsor.
3rd, 4th day in a row wearing that?
I love this shirt. You honestly, you sound like my wife. My wife. I washed it, but my wife is like, "Why are you?" And I'm like, "This is because the."
Do you wash it after every wear?
No, not after everywhere, but after like 2 for sure.
Okay.
Well, depending on, I mean, this was with us on many a journey that we had earlier this week, so it needed to be
I
washed.
was going to
but-
say, like, I tossed a few of the items that were.
Stop it. You threw them away?
The fucking 4-pins hat.
That's
Can't-
gone?
I can't watch that.
The outfit blank?
The outfit with the green under brim, yeah.
I don't even remember making that much.
I was like, yo, it's the 4-pins hat. You're like, what? We made a hat?
Yeah.
Yes, you fucking idiot.
Shout out fucking 4-pins. Rest in peace, you dead bitch. I am wearing Hill City boxer briefs, another RIP dead bitch. Rollie on the wrist, wedding ring on the finger, still married. Oh, and fresh cut. courtesy of the king, Rob McMillan, at Mildred, best barbershop in the Five Boroughs.
You're like, we had to call you. Like, I have a hard out. I'm getting my haircut.
Yo,
before we go to the UK. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not doing any video, bro.
Yeah, but it's just about taking pics.
Yeah.
And just like looking fresh for all the fucking lads.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be fucking capped up because it's gonna be,
What is the weather going to be like?
it's gonna be great, like 50s and 60s.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is in centrifuge.
It sounds like, well, anyway, one of the reasons I'm wearing this shirt now is my favorite, like, kind of fall, thicker over shirt.
Yeah.
So, but honestly, thinking about the English weather,
it's gonna be. You got to bring
I'm
a
gonna
bra.
be- I'm
You got to
gonna
bring a brolly, bruv. You got to bring a brolly.
I'm going to be arced up. That's what I'm going to be, for sure. Shout out Arc Terrace for all the fucking, when it rains, it pours, literally. A lot of flow from the homies at Arc. Shout out Cooper Gill, the homie.
We're going to the UK, I guess.
And then we're
you
drinking,
watched that, right?
we're drinking Presidentes. We thought we might need, I don't want to give away too much information, but we thought we might need a favor from Hugo. So this was my way of like putting good vibes into the universe. But turns out,
This is an Easter egg for one person.
turns for you and Enrico Grigoletti, dude. But yeah, it turns out that we actually were able to do it without bothering Hugo. But anyway, shout out Hugo Mendoza wherever you are, buddy. I'm having this Presidente in your
Absolutely.
honor.
So
Cheers.
this is the last boys only that we're having stateside
Yeah.
for a minute. Or not
This
for a
is
minute, for
this
1
is before our terrorism goes international. We're doing it domestic this week.
Yeah. But let's get into the biggest news in the Throwing Fits universe.
Yeah, baby.
The Berries and Cream showstopper. Cardi.
Dude,
You want to get into
statement piece?
I'll go fucking runway it for the camera while you
Yeah,
want
you
to
want me
go
to just
through it.
raffle
Here,
off
I'll-
some details?
Yeah.
I also love, speaking of like, fucking, how we tapped into the zeitgeist, I love how this became like a berries and cream thing, but when we are showing the tag, when we were designing this, I don't think we had that in mind. It kind of just came together. Anyway, this is our upcoming collaboration with Checks Downtown, the flyest New Zealand streetwear brand. Shout out our homie Jordan Gibson. I believe he is the founder and designer of Checks. This is a mohair cardigan that comes out on September 30th. This is going to be $209. This is going to be like, well, I wouldn't say cheap, right? We're not
That
here
is
to-
good for a mohair Cardi, though.
I was going to say, outside of Supreme, this is going to be the best quality mohair cardigan, like bang for your buck, I think.
Absolutely. What's crazy is how long this took, right? I know that
Dude,
we've kind of like mentioned
holy
it,
shit.
but like we started off
It's been like a year in the making.
well, this is what's this is what's nice, right? Is that unfortunately for Jordan and Checks, designing and producing and selling clothes is their livelihood. It's
Right.
not so much the case for us. So we took our sweet time with this.
We're marketers.
where it's like, yo, this is not like we want to do this
Yeah.
with you, Checks, and we're going to, but like we're gonna take our fucking
Sweet ass
time.
Well, you
want
want to nail it. And this has gone through, this was the hardest.
so many iterations.
Yeah, this was the hardest thing that we have put together as of ever in terms of our collaborations, and has gone through more iterations and more samples than anything prior to this as well.
Plus dealing with,
Loafers,
like,
pants.
dealing with like the 24-hour
boots.
time difference, whatever the fuck, like New
Yeah.
Zealand, they're in the future.
They are. But this is a like deep, rich berry and royal purple, and then kind of like banana cream striped cardigan.
Banana cream.
This
Yeah.
is that's what would you say that is?
I think like an eggshell cream,
Okay.
a little darker than eggshell.
Yeah.
I like how the purple kind of like the underside
Yeah,
of
it's
the
re-
knit
it's-
kind of
it's-
comes through
Yeah.
in the cream.
It's beautiful. It features pockets on the front. We have tonal purple ribbing around both the wrists and the waist. And then we have the perfectly gorgeous,
Oh, yo, I like how-
tiny droplet buttons as well.
I like how I didn't realize this kind of
Yeah.
stripe here tapers down to a point.
Yeah, dude,
but-
it's
and then
fire.
hits the wrist like you're fucking committing suicide.
I would say the way that I would describe this, you said showstopper. Of everything we designed, I think this is like the boldest by design. This was like, yo, if we're going to do a fucking mohair cardigan that is going to be, a key layering piece or, final layer piece, depending on where you live and what the temperature is, when this ultimately ships during holiday. That's when it's coming out. It's a little TBD. It obviously is going to take a much time to make this. It is made in China. But with that said, don't be one of these people that is racist. This is high
Racist
quality,
fuck.
fucking shaggy mohair.
Custom dyed, to
but-
our specifications.
But the whole thing was like, yo, this is going to be fucking loud. This is going to be bold. And of everything that we've done, not only did it go through the most iterations and take the longest, but I think it is the loudest thing by design, again, that we have put together. More even so than the loafers.
right. But that just goes to show if you have
Yeah.
yourself a strong foundation of Johns,
Exactly.
if you have the 316 fatigues, if you have plain black shorts,
Yeah.
guess what? It's carding short season.
Yeah. I think it's going to
Right
look
now.
It's going to look fire over a tee like you're wearing it now. I think it would look fire over like a fucking button.
I'm wearing a medium, by the way. I'm wearing a
Oh, yeah.
medium. It's a bit fitted.
Yeah, it's a knit. It's gonna stretch a little bit.
I would like this fits me, and like this is the proper way of fitting it. But no, me liking things oversized, I would, or I'm going to get a large.
Yeah, this is, and then obviously will be like detailed measurements on the site. I believe it goes up to double XL. It is true to size. Jimmy is wearing a medium now. I have
I'm
a
just
large.
so fucking swole, man. I've been pumping.
Yeah.
I've been pumping. Well, I've been cutting before the video.
Sure.
But now I'm pumping.
Yeah.
Before we go over the UK and I get to talk to some birds.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. No, I get that. You're gonna do a little bird watching, a little bird talking. Excuse me, bird feeding.
Get on my avian game.
Yeah. So again, just to recap, $209.
My orniary. I'm horniary.
$209 goes on sale for 72-hour window pre-order on the 30th of September. It'll ship TBD during holiday. And yeah, we're super proud of this. I think that this is one of those things where like the fruits of the labor, the berries of the labor, they were worth it. This one took a while, but I think we fucking did it right, and I'm super excited. And yeah, we'll be wearing it all over social media because we only make things that we love. So you know the fucking vibes.
You might have already seen it on TikTok.
Yeah.
One
One of our 12,000 TikTok followers.
Ported it over 12.1. Ported it over to Reels, which is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I kind of hate doing that.
Yeah.
I hate when I have to post a reel and then it's the last thing sitting there for like hours. And
Oh, because there's no meme locked and loaded?
That's when I'm like, yo, does anyone have a fucking meme? Please. Like,
That's
I need
when
to
you
bury
get
this.
self-conscious that
Yes.
you're like, you want to be up there, but you want to be on the Summer Jam screen for an hour at max.
Yeah, and just let it cook. Don't let it be like our, our feature, our front page.
Our flagship
feature item.
content for the day.
Exactly.
Just you doing some terrible voiceover, but wearing a very beautiful and very affordable and worth your money cardigan.
Oh damn! I actually had a TikTok idea that does involve you that I'll probably get to after this video.
Okay, cool.
You're not gonna be talking like it's gonna be like a candid review.
Totally, that's fine.
You can
Whatever.
help create some content. It'd be
Yeah,
nice.
sure. Why
Right?
not? Speaking of content,
Oh,
we had a nice little fucking week. I will say
take this
that
off.
this was. Yo, it is warm. I know, like you might be thinking, like, oh, like I'm buying it in September. It's not going to hit till holiday. Yo, fire fucking mid-layering piece. If you live somewhere hot, it's going to be what you need as your final layer. You got it.
morning bodega, morning coffee run.
Exactly.
When it's like a little crisp out.
It is fucking shaggy. It is warm. It is absolutely fucking delicious. We are two lads who love berries and cream.
I'm a little lad. Okay.
Big week. Let's talk about it.
We put together.
Yeah, it'll be out.
Speak of ambition.
Well, actually, we don't know when it comes out.
By the time you're listening to this,
Well, depends how
Probably.
early you tap in.
Yeah.
Not at 4 a.m. in the morning. The
Right.
video won't be out, but
well, maybe I don't know. We are
Unlikely.
dealing with the Italians. By the
but,
time,
but sometime on
it is
Friday.
it is likely that while
Today.
you're listening to this, you may have already watched or may have it queued up the most complex, ambitious piece of sponsored content we've
ever
ever put
created.
together.
Ever.
And like
Across the board, I would say.
what the genius of shout out Rob McCrae.
What the genius.
huh?
What the Montclair genius.
Oh yes, with the Montclair genius of like Rob, YC, Paulie, Wave of Thrones, and Tim.
Shout out
the
Tim.
fucking
Shout out
dream
Paulie.
team.
Shout out Robbie.
Is that they made it look like it wasn't hard, right? But we
No.
What do we pack into a day? So okay, in chronological order, which is I guess the order that they show up in the video. So we come here,
Yeah.
right?
Very early.
We get the fits on. The fits are very heavy.
Yeah.
Very heavy Montclair Genius head to toe. It is.
Yeah, straight from the lookbook.
Luckily,
To our
it is
bodies.
one of the cooler days and not that humid, but it was still like 80.
I mean,
and
that
sunny.
morning maybe, but.
Yeah, it got up to 80 and sunny. So the fits are, I guess if we just want to run through them, I'm wearing ski pants
Yeah.
and two puffer jackets.
Yeah, two puffer jackets, and also these looks were intentional because they were Montclair. The client Montclair wanted us in looks straight from the lookbook itself. So you had that on. I had on.
There's no flexibility with the looks. They're
No.
like, you need to do the
Well,
runway
besides
looks.
footwear and headwear and eyewear,
Right.
but in terms of the actual garments, there was no flexibility whatsoever. Weather be damned. I was in a full wool sweatsuit, a knitted sweatsuit with
Super heavy gauge wool.
yeah, very heavy gauge wool. Maybe the heaviest gauge wool that I've ever fucking put on my body. And then on top
When
of
I
that,
when I put on the hoodie, and I run a lot harder than you, and that's
Yeah.
why like I'm always in like shorts and tea, and you're in like jeans and boots
Yeah.
and shit. When I put on the hoodie / turtleneck, it's a combination, folks.
oh yeah, right. There was right. The hoodie has a turtleneck built in. I should also say. yeah.
You're double uncircumcised.
Right.
I was just in my air conditioned apartment.
Right. You were dying.
I was sweating,
Yeah.
like just having that on, and I said, because you're being a little bit of a
Bitch.
little bit of a pussy, a little bit of a pussy,
Passe.
a little bit of a badussy.
Okay.
I was like, yo, you know what? If you want, I'll bite the bullet and I'll wear the
Okay,
fucking
well.
shit head to toe.
That's not how I
but you were
remember it.
like, really?
No.
But you're like, I want to wear whatever kind of like fits me.
We haven't even mentioned that on top of the fucking heavy
Right.
gauge wool sweatsuit, I had on my own puffer jacket, a 3M puffer jacket that is a collab between Montclair and Ann Wander.
Yeah, you're fully
What
grayed out.
I will say is that a thing that it's funny that you have your version of events, because what I remember, and something that I've been noticing lately with both this project and some Flow Team boxes that have come through, is that because you so graciously allow us to use your Chateau Jimbo, your residence.
Yeah, use is
your,
the key word
your
here.
humble abode as
Exploit,
HQ.
I believe.
It's almost like you're like, well, if I'm going to put myself out there like that, I'm going to take this one for the team. I get kind of first dibs on
Yeah, no, that's the
trade-off.
That's the toll. That's the tax.
deal. That's the deal.
And I think that you were being such a little bitch and such a negative Nancy that I was gonna be like, I have to manage this guy's fucking ego. You're like, oh, you're like,
Excuse
I
you.
don't want to go jet skiing. I don't want to go jet skiing. I'm like, all right, I will wear whichever one you want to wear. And I was like fighting on the emails, which I don't know if you read those or not.
Yes,
I
I
know you
did.
didn't write any.
No,
I was fighting
I wrote one.
for looks that did include shorts.
We did have like a ton of samples here, but for whatever reason, the full look, we couldn't mix and match at all. So there was like zero flexibility. I will say that the way that I remember it was kind of like this is yours.
Really?
Like, this is for you.
I remember. Okay.
But whatever. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
I don't remember
Just want to
that.
get it on record.
Well, that's your opinion on
With the-
record. Okay,
with
my
the best
opinion on
friends
record is
behind
that
the
that's not
table.
what it was.
So anyway, so we have our full fit. So we're here early, fully kitted out. We have
It's
it
a
in-
beautiful Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, I normally at this time would be going to the farmer's market, like getting some fucking tomatoes and shit.
you grow tomatoes. Why would you?
I have like 4 tomatoes. Like, I'm not even picking those, bro.
Oh, they're not doing well because you used to shout them out.
No, they're fine, but it's just like I gotta take those.
They look a
plants
little
out.
weak. They're not heirloom or anything.
Well, they're cherry tomatoes, so
Right.
they're small.
Anyway, so you'd be
It's not a
going.
big
No,
harvest.
normally you'd be going to the farmer's market.
Yeah, get my week's worth of food, right, or as much as I can.
It's a New York thing. You buy food a week at a time, right, guys? You know how a lot of groceries. It's a
Instead-
it's a grocery carrying thing. You'll get
Instead,
it.
you and I have to go down to my lobby, put these fits on. My neighbors,
Yeah.
some of them are like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And also, like Rob and the whole crew, they have like big ass cameras,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a boom mic and everything, and like a sound fanny pack and,
And
shit.
these are the same homies that worked on us with the Jay Muser video, and then obviously their main claim to fame is that they work on the Deezus and Mero show.
Yeah. Okay, so day one is Rob. Again, very ambitious because that's all what we're about in 2021 or Q4 2021. It's just very ambitious day.
Big
He's like,
Q4 energy.
all right, we're gonna do fucking 9 activities or whatever all in one day. Locations in Greenpoint, Central Park, Williamsburg, Soho.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. So let's just run through them. So we went to a bodega,
Yeah.
like a true bodega. Got some bacon, egg, and cheeses.
Yeah, a bodega that you told me you had never been to, despite the fact that it is your local bodega.
Yeah, well, I go to like the Fancy Boy Market that's on my corner, like literally on my corner.
Yeah, you're a gentrifier. I get
And then I
it.
go to the smoke shop that's like just beers and chips.
Gotcha.
For like bodega sandwiches. No, I've never been to that one.
Right.
Excuse me.
So we got bodega sandwiches. You got a bacon, egg, and cheese. I got a sausage, egg, and cheese. We got some
fed-
Arizonas.
Oh, the Arizonas took me back.
Yeah,
buddy.
dude.
Took me back, boy.
Hit
We
the park.
Got some roasted cashews
Yeah.
at the park. Fed some fucking disgusting flying rats, aka pigeons
And squirrels.
and squirrels.
Yeah. Which
Then we
are
went to-
rats with bushy tails.
So we went from McGolrick, went to Williamsburg or McCarran.
Yeah.
You and I went to a sports store, bought some handballs. We
Yeah.
fucking got in the court, started playing handball
was
next
fun.
to like a
Full photo
a full
shoot.
photo shoot of
Yeah.
like vintage girls, and like I actually hit one of their iPhones with the
Yeah.
ball, and she was like, I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. She's like, whatever, it's only like $400.
if you guys have watched the YouTube season, the newest season of Fuck That's Delicious, and you've seen the episode of Action Bronson playing handball with his boy, and then they're cooking, like they cook a steak. So we were at that handball court, and it was funny because on one side it's like guys actually playing handball,
Yeah.
guys actually like hitting tennis balls, and then on the other side it was the full photo shoot, like whatever
That
that was
like
like.
Moon Man outfits.
And then and then us being like the more even ridiculous influencers playing handball on video. I had a great time playing
in like
handball.
full mountaineering fits.
Yeah, despite us not obviously being dressed for the occasion. And by the way, the whole point of the video is that we look absurd.
Yes.
And
awesome.
Yeah, right. Of course, I should say we look very cool.
Okay.
But
Then
that was
we-
fun. I had a great time playing
Yeah,
handball.
that was fun. Then we take the train, right? Or like
Yeah.
pretend to take the train. Then we Ubered over to Central Park.
Yeah.
We wait. What came first?
What?
Do we rock climb or rollerblade?
We
first?
rock climbed.
Rock climbed. That was whatever.
Yeah, we should talk about
Um,
these rollerblades too.
Then we fucking okay. So this is where you and I need to fucking finally learned the lesson that we had to stop being so goddamn cheap when it comes to our own like
Productions?
image and safety
Yeah.
and content production. Because we're like, all right, let's get some fucking rollerblades. We're on Amazon. It's like, all right, it's $100 for a pair of rollerblades, like real like rollerblade brand,
Sure.
or $60 for like some fucking wheels on shoes type thing.
Bowler raids.
Yeah, exactly. Roller blods.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Roller blade.
Yeah, the shit that we ended up getting, which I believe we kind of did, not just they were cheap, but it was Amazon Prime, like 1-day shipping or
Yeah,
something.
but so was the other rollerblades.
They're like, they just come in like the general, like you get a medium or a large, right? So we get larges, and they're like adjustable.
It was like large. Obviously, it's from a non-American, distributor. Large is like 200 to 275 millimeters. I'm like looking up like size 10 millimeters, and
Yeah.
it's clearly not. It's very incorrect.
I'm not trying to get it racially motivated, but like these probably come from a country where people's shoe sizes are much smaller. I would like to think that the large went up to a U.S. adult 8.5 when we were trying
So
to
it's-
fucking jam our dogs in these shits.
So a size 10
It was in millimeters or centimeters?
millimeters. So wait, is a size 10 foot 10 inches?
No,
Kinda,
I don't
right?
think so. I don't think
No?
that's how it works. A
So it's
foot
like-
is a foot.
I don't know. I found some fucking
Whatever.
conversion where it's
Either
like,
way, these shits did not fit.
Yeah.
But obviously, because we
not
were
only did they not fit, but they were like you had to like slide them back and forth, and so they weren't like rigid.
Yeah.
So you were literally kind of wearing a shoe. that
There's
was
no
just on-
stability.
just on like a
blade.
a beam with like 4 wheels.
yeah,
and
it's
that's it.
straight up like fucking baby deer shit. You're
Only-
on Bambi mode, bro.
Only one of them. Yeah, your ankles are just fucking
my
looking like
God.
a model.
and the
walking on
brakes
the runway.
aren't- the brakes weren't like the right rubber brake.
brake
It
was
just
like this soda cap.
It was, it was a piece of plastic. So anyway, we go rock climbing, then we go rollerblading. Like I put them on, and I was like, and they're setting up the shot, and I'm like, guys, I like literally can't wear these.
Yeah,
Li-
that was a bit of a
would,
fucking
would you
diva-ass
say that
move.
was a 9 or 8.5 maybe at most?
I mean, I'm a 9, and they were fucking crunching me up. So I felt like they were like a 7 or some shit. Like,
Yo. So of course we're like, okay, we'll do one rollerblading shot. I bust my ass like
yeah.
immediately.
wearing thousands of dollars of clothing.
Yeah. The best too is like I'm like, oh, the brake failed me. I look up, the brake had been just by like using it one time had been ground down to like a
To a
fucking nub. So after I fucking almost die rollerblading, we just fucking
Did you
tossed
fall
those.
backwards or forwards?
I fell on my ass and then like actually let me show the camera. I think you might be able to see.
What, a little scrapey, little boo boo, little boo boo.
Yeah, I fucked myself up.
Oh come on.
Good and proper. I mean,
Yeah, the palm of your hand.
I wasn't crying. It was fucking fine, but
So you fell backwards because you were trying to brake?
yeah, I think it was. I was basically, if you watch the video, I'm like riding the brake the whole time because I had no stability, and I think towards the end there, once the speed had reached maximum velocity, I like really tried to double down on that fucking soda cap and just whoop. And you can see me fall out of frame, which obviously
pretty good.
ultimately, even when I fuck up, you already know I'm providing the best fucking comedy
All right, then we went
fashion
and took
podcasting has to offer.
Then we went and took fit pics
Yeah.
on some like beautiful, home.
Jeffrey Epstein type crib.
Yeah. Wearing the fucking absurd fits. At this
Yeah.
point, it's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 o'clock. We come back to my crib, right?
Shoot the outro.
Shoot the outro.
Get some B-roll of the
and that's a-
skyline.
That's a wrap on day 1. Day 2.
yeah.
I don't want to talk about day 2. You were on your negative Nancy shit.
Yeah.
Where you're like, you're fucking Peter Pessimism over here.
Okay.
Where you were really, like, even before we even started, like, kind of talking
Can I give a
about it,
little bit of context?
You were like, yo, I don't think this is a nice to have, not a need to have.
Right.
Like, like jet skiing, like, is this even fucking worth it?
Right.
Is this what the client even is asking for? Yeah, what were you gonna say?
The context was just that this thing came together like so last minute, and on top of that, day 1 was so robust and like what we thought was like fantastic. I didn't think that we needed to do a second shooting day, especially because like we were going to go out to Jersey to jet ski.
Yeah, your home state.
And just like with the outfit, I might be a big old fucking pussy, a big old bitch up top, but ultimately, you know me, I'm going to be laissez-faire.
I
I'm
think-
going to go with the flow. I'm going to do whatever.
I think
I'm not a diva.
What I'm learning about you is that you always have your reservations, but you ultimately, once you kind of like get a taste, you like love it.
I mean,
so
jet skiing is fun.
No, so what I want to do is I want to remind you. I want you to hold on to this so that I can remind you like the next time where it's like, yo, Lawrence, like we're in the UK, let's go take the extra step or whatever to like go do this. And you're
Sure.
like, oh.
No, okay. Well, that's a little bit different. We're gonna be like out there. It's like a once in a lifetime opera.
Yeah.
I've never even been to the UK.
Oh,
So
I forgot that we're going to a Man U game.
Yeah, we are. I'm so excited, bro.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm a supporter of the Red Devils. You know the fucking.
Apparently, it's everyone in Manchester supports City, and then everyone else supports Man U.
The rest of the world.
Yeah.
Right, which is why they're the best.
So we get to jet skiing.
Yeah, in Jersey City.
The question that was kind of hovering over us the whole time was, are they gonna, for safety's and liability's sake, let us wear like all this fucking clothing? And that day was a lot hotter. It was like
Oh yeah,
low 80s.
sure.
It was a Monday. It was like, are they gonna let us fuck around? Are they gonna let
Are they going
one of the
to? Are
guys
they
from
going to
the
be down to clown? Are they
Yeah.
going to be? Are they going to let us
Are they
put
gonna let us-
ourselves at risk?
Are they going to let us take our life jackets off for a
Right.
little bit, maybe? Are they going to let one of the crew members come out and film us like with their phone or
Exactly.
some shit? And they're pretty fucking cool. They were like,
What was it called? Jersey Jet
Jersey
Ski?
jet ski.
Highly recommended.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like $500 to jet ski around for an hour plus like the photo and video package.
500 per person.
Total
Oh,
for
okay.
for two skis.
That seems pretty high, but it was fun.
I don't know. I mean, if you weren't like, if we were tourists, I think it would be like something you would actually very cool.
The
'Cause,
couple
like,
we with were clearly there from like Ohio for that guy's birthday,
Yes.
and they were
Was
like,
his birthday?
Well, it's gotta be. Well, just real quick, the couple we were with, the woman immediately, once we're done taxiing out of the no wake zone, and like we're in the chop,
yeah.
she immediately had a panic attack and had to fucking go back. But he stayed while his wife had a fucking panic attack in the fucking parking
the
lot.
thing is that
because I
she-
think it was like his birthday.
she had to go back. We had two guides. One of the guides was a trainee.
And it was her birthday.
And it was her first day.
and it was her
birthday.
birthday, actually, too. Yeah.
And so she didn't know where to take the woman who was having
Yeah,
a panic
it was
attack
a whole-
back.
yeah.
Who was like she was like the weakest link in the chain. She was like really going so
Well, she was
slow.
petrified. They
So
said when the people there said that when she docked, she was like too scared to like even like
was, like,
ungrip
shaking
the
too hard.
throttle and like get off onto the dock.
And the guide said that it was like a kind of a rough day.
Yeah.
Like relatively. But the trainee couldn't take her back. So the main guide had to take her back. So us, the two of us, the husband, who I'm sure was like very embarrassed in front of the fucking cool guys
I
in
don't
the
know.
cool outfits. And the trainee were just sitting there in the fucking drink for like 15 minutes.
I will say when we showed up and we were asking about all of like the options in terms of like what we can wear and like we were like kind of dancing around because it's embarrassing to just come out with it. She's like, what are you guys like famous on Instagram? We're like, no, we're just like doing this like SpawnCon thing. So like, can we wear? And then we did the outfit reveal and they basically like laughing in our face, but they're like, yeah, you can wear whatever you want. You just have to keep the life preserver. Like, so you had two puffers and a life preserver, life preserver on, a life jacket, and then I had mine over my shit as well.
So
but,
finally,
yeah.
we get the fucking panic attack woman. Shout out to mental health. She gets the fuck out the cut. We go over to our zone. We're allowed to like fuck around and
Out the
like do
cutty.
whatever, which is like behind the Statue of Liberty. Which again, as a New Yorker, it was pretty cool. I could see my high school.
And you've only been jet skiing once before, right?
yeah, like on a lake in Canada, not
Okay.
like in the fucking Hudson.
I'm a
River.
pretty experienced jet skier, and I
Are
think
you?
I think it was that hubris that ultimately
you did
made
zoom.
me fly too close to the
I
sun.
did see you when we were like when we were finally allowed to rip it. You did. I was like, oh shit, Lawrence like going for like
Yeah,
full
yeah,
speed.
for
I was
sure.
going like 80%, but then you were going full speed. And I was like, oh fuck, it's full speed time. So then I was like also full speed. By the time we finally get to our zone, we're allowed to fuck around, which is like behind the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Um,
And the woman, by the way, the staff was videotaping us on her recording us on her phone.
Yeah,
that was
and I wish that
that's
she'd-
what was cost us $40 to get the video package.
I wish she had filmed more. To be honest, like she got
She
some
was
whatever.
stressed. She had to fucking babysit
was
the
super
trainee.
stressed.
She had to fucking get
Someone
the,
almost
the-
died
the
taxiing
woman
out.
back
Exactly.
before she fucking had a full on panic attack. She had us being like she's like, all right, when you want me to film, you like do the symbol. Do the
Yeah.
sign, and just us like constantly being like, yeah,
Yeah.
like come on. Like
And
I'm
then
sure
coming
she
back,
was
like,
like,
did that look
this
cool?
sucks.
Did that look cool?
Yeah.
She kept going into like fisheye mode and like back in and out, in and out. And then there was we had no expectations. I was like, yo, Lawrence, like, are we gonna get wet? Like
Yeah,
are
we
you
knew
gonna
the
be
clothes.
good?
We told the brand that the clothes were gonna get trashed.
Yeah, but I didn't know they're gonna. Even though I didn't go in the fucking slop, I was still soaked head to toe from just like splashing and like
Yeah.
hitting the surf. Let's talk about what happened to you.
Yeah, so that hubris that we mentioned just previously. So basically, I think at a certain point, I took a turn much too sharp and
you
was
going fast?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I think I was slowing. Well, I thought I was going slower than I clearly was. So when I went to like pivot and like do a cool move, fucking flew right off this thing.
Over the handlebars or like off to the side?
Yes, I think I went. I think I went past because. So the next thing I know, I'm in the water, fully submerged, and I'm looking at the jet ski, and the jet ski is like 10 feet away. It felt very far.
And it was not Well, your life jacket, like you killed it when you came off, right?
Yeah, because the rip cord, there's a rip cord, right? That
It
like
was.
literally.
I
Did you
looked
see me fly
over-
off?
No, I didn't see you fly off. Unfortunately, I looked over.
Just an empty
and-
jet ski rocking back and forth.
Well, what? Okay, let's walk through the crash. Like, do you remember flying off? You
Yeah,
just-
so I
or you just
remember
like-
flying off, and so I bob up out of the water, or because like I don't even know if my head was fully submerged because I'm not only wearing a life jacket, but I'm wearing a puffer jacket as well.
Yeah, but you're also wearing two items that are like
so
massively heavy
my
when
my
submerged.
So my first thought is like, oh damn, like the shit is ruined. Like the gear that we were gonna return, and yeah, it was gonna be saturated, maybe it was gonna be wet. I'm like, oh, this is fucking full in the Hudson River, like fully disgusting.
Yeah, that shit is toxic.
The
Avengers
second
type
thought,
beat.
as I just immediately go to like paddle over, I'm like, holy shit. These pants, it's like taking on water like the fucking Edmund Fitzgerald, bro. I'm like gonna fucking sink. And then I have a fucking panic where I'm like, oh damn, like the pants are low key like
Dragging you down.
weighing me down. So I start kind of like, and I'm still thinking about saving the gear. True John's enthusiast shit. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can like just move my body. So I start kind of going forward, and I'm like, oh, like the pants are like now like kind of falling down. So like they're like sagged. Where like now I feel like I can't even kick. Like I'm getting trapped. Like it feels like a death trap. So I fucking
like you can't even move your legs.
yeah. So I go to take the fucking like go underwater, and I take the pants. I'm wearing Patagonia bags. Man, I was like naked or like in my underwear. Like the only way to save my life was to just Winnie the Pooh it out of the Hudson River. But anyway, so I fucking take the sweatpants off, and I'm still thinking of like saving the gear because we're trying to be like good partners and this and
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
So how expensive do you think those pants are?
I gotta imagine
cheap?
they're like probably
At least, right?
Probably $1,000. So, so I go to fucking take them off, and I take them off, and I have in my hand, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, yo, this is like now swimming with like a
Like a
20
bowling ball.
like a 25-pound weight. And I will admit that I definitely had misjudged that. So I go to like swim with this basically weight in like my right hand, I guess, and like I got pulled under and took on some water, like a mouthful of the Hudson. So at that point, I'm like, holy shit, like. Am I gonna fucking drown? Not to mention, I still have the hoodie on, which is taking on water as well, and the puffer. So I'm like, okay. So I fucking finally make my way back, fucking throw those pants fucking like a fucking wet seal onto the fucking jet ski and drag myself out of the Hudson. But there was a moment where I had like a panic for like truly 1 second. But can you imagine a worse way to die?
Yeah.
To drown
There was
in that imagine my dead body in that outfit?
Yeah. Hey Montclair. Hey End Clothing. I have terrible news. Good news, bad news.
Yeah, right.
The samples are saved, but Lawrence is dead.
Larry is dead.
But we got the footage, so
And it's hard. It's like I don't want to offend anyone, but it's not great out here for influencers at the current in the current climate. You know what I'm saying? So
mean, they talk
I
about,
didn't
like-
want to be number two. I
They
didn't
talk
want to.
about-
I didn't want to go down and then be the. I would be the lead. I would be.
you would have
the
been
lead
like
that would have been buried.
You would have been like that van life girl. I would have fucking
No,
jet
that's-
skied out of there, just fucking hit the open ocean.
and that's what I'm saying. And obviously R.I.P. But like, yo, shit,
Honestly,
dude.
though,
something's in the
you
water.
ever-
No pun intended.
did you ever read her? Did you ever go to her IG?
No, I don't fucking care about van life shit.
No, you know the girl that got
Yeah, but
murdered.
I haven't had a morbid curiosity to like
So I
like
went to her-
everyone else.
Before she got found, I went to her Instagram and just like seeing like her captions and like all her shit. Like, can't blame the guy. That's all I'm saying.
okay.
Being cooped up in a fuck. Anyway,
At least we're behind the paywall. God
yeah.
damn, Jim. That's normally my lane.
So I'll give you my perspective of spill
Yeah.
number one in the
Oh
slop.
yeah, that by the way, this is spill 1 of 2.
Yeah, when you're in the slop. Excuse me, in the slurp.
Do you want another beer, by the way?
Yeah, please.
Cool.
I look over and I see an empty jet ski and I see you just bobbing. I don't see you swimming, and I start immediately. Oh, sorry. I start immediately heading over to you, and I'm kind of
Like
close
to save me.
to save you to see what the fuck was going on, and the instructor or guide or whatever,
Morbid curiosity
Yeah.
strikes again.
to flick it up. Also, we couldn't have our iPhones on us, which kind of sucked because it would have been fire.
No, we could have.
We could, but
it would have
we-
been.
they were like,
I mean,
we
I would
don't
have been fucked.
Nah, because your jet ski never flipped.
But
It
if
was
my
in- if it
phone
was
was
in-
on my if it was in the jet
in the
ski,
compartment.
sure. Yeah.
So I see like a little blonde head and like a jet ski, and it's like the jet ski's like still moving. I
Yeah.
guess it was still just in the water.
Oh, it was
'cause
on idle mode. Oh no, it was off. It was
It was off, but I thought it was in idle mode. And so I also have been watching this documentary on HBO, The 100-Foot Wave,
Yeah.
where there's guys on jet skis that like pick up surfers and shit.
Sure.
So my mind is a little bit of like, yo, I'm gonna fucking swoop in. He's gonna
Save
grab
him?
on, and then
Yeah.
like,
You're gonna run me over.
yeah.
Fucking,
fucking
it's gonna
Sean
be
Paul.
it's gonna be. Oh no, Sean
Sean
Kingston.
Kingston.
It's gonna be Sean Kingston scenario.
Maybe he's outro music. Anyway, no, I'm scared for a second. I mean, one of my first thoughts is like, oh, there goes the fucking samples.
Yeah,
like, they're
right.
lost
And
forever.
again, my first thought as well.
Because I just assumed that the pants were just like gone.
Oh, like
Actually,
they
no, wait,
sunk.
sorry.
Like they
I
sunk.
was just like, well, the samples are ruined, whatever.
Sure.
Then I was like, oh, fuck, is Lawrence okay? I started going over. The woman's like, stay away, stay away, stay away. I'm like, okay. And
Sure.
then I see that you're swimming. I'm like, all right, he's not dead. He's not like knocked out.
Yeah.
And then I start laughing.
Yeah.
It was really fucking funny. And then I'm like, yo, like, there's some article I read recently where it's like there's a record number of like human shit in the Hudson now,
my
especially after
God.
Hurricane Ida.
Well, all that shit.
Flooded all the
that
soup.
shit is in my healing
In your
pierced
mouth.
ear and my fucking gullet and my lungs.
And your drop crotch
Yeah.
sweats.
And then the second time, which is
Wait.
Oh, okay.
And then I see you climb on, and then you kind of like go like this with the pants. I'm just like, yes,
Yeah.
save the pants.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
was already kind of like, all right, what's the email I got to draft
Right,
up to,
right.
to end clothing? Where it's like, hey, so we
to
lost
whom,
the
to whom
pants.
it may concern. And then the second time was after that. So then at that point, the pants were cashed. I fucking stuffed those into the whatever little compartment on the jet ski. And then there was this whole opportunity to like take pictures in front of the Statue of Liberty and all that. And then at this point,
This was weird. This one I thought you were like fucking with me.
no. So, of course, what it wouldn't be a fucking Larry moment if there wasn't a second dip. At that point, though, I will say that I was being much more conservative and
Yeah,
just.
you're a little shook, I feel like.
Oh, I was panicked for a moment there, like legitimately. I'm
no,
not
I mean
even
like on the
hamming
ski,
it up
like
for
you
the
were
pod.
you were fucking ripping it. You were
When
going-
I finally got back on the jet ski and like the pants were tucked away and I was just like fucking, centering myself, I went to the woman. I was like, yo, how much time is left? Because I am fucking done. She's like, all right, we got a half hour still. Okay, great.
halfway through.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. But anyway, by the time we got like towards the tail end there,
What does the Hudson River taste like?
just tastes like ocean water.
Okay.
Just
Like
salty,
common shit,
salty seaweed garbage.
whale sperm, and
Yeah, really bad sushi. The second time I fell off, that was more of like I was being.
And this is what we got on video. So if you haven't
Yes.
seen the
Oh,
video,
you'll see this.
if you haven't seen the
yeah.
video and you want to see Lawrence take a fucking dunk
Yeah.
into the disgusting poopy Hudson
Yeah.
in front of Lady Liberty herself, well, we're also just like we're chilling there.
Yeah. That's how much I stand with immigrants. That I sunned myself in front of the
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty as
Give me your
as
huddled
a-
masses. Give me your wet Johns enthusiasts.
Yeah.
we were
It
just. She was like, "Yo,
It's how I
go-"
honor them.
She was like, "Yo, go stand over there. Go
commemorative moment.
idle over there, and I'll take your picture." I'm like, "We don't want pictures. Take video."
Take video. So I guess at that point I got, and obviously there's mad fucking water ferries shuttling people to and from Ellis Island, like tourists and shit. So at that point, this was super unfortunate because I was like chilling, and then I got fucking capsized by a wake from one of these boats, and it was just more of like a.
Yeah, it looked.
Yeah, you'll see it.
I
on,
thought you were fucking with me because it looked fake.
Well, that's because that's how slow it was. So slow and stupid.
Because you're just like, whoop.
And then at that
we're
point,
all
I-
just like kind of bobbing up
and
and
you
down.
got to realize that for
and then
anyone
you just fucking bob on over.
For anyone listening who hasn't rode jet skis, and anyone listening who has can confirm this, it is very strenuous, especially when you're in some fucking cuddy, when you're in some fucking chop. So at that point, I'm exhausted, one, from just jet skiing, and then two, trying to save my life one time already. I really like fucking felt like I was like fucking dragging myself out of quicksand to get back on the back of that fucking jet ski.
I think of the raw audio, and I'll post it. I think in the raw audio, you can hear the guy laughing.
It was comical, and anyone who paid for the $10 tier, you just saw me recreate the spill here on this portion of James's couch that is buttressing us.
long
But,
walk off a
but,
short
but at that
plank.
point, we go back to the dock.
Oh, bro, yeah, it's not even the drama isn't even over yet.
Right, so we go back to the dock, and it's fucking hilarious, and we're relaying this to the crew, and the guide is laughing.
No. So we go back.
Oh,
to the
right, I
marina.
forgot about this.
Like we kind of go at
The
this
no
point, like,
wake
the-
zone.
At this point, the guide is like at first she was like fucking full throttle, 100%. On the way back, she's going like 75%.
Yeah.
Which we all appreciate because it was fucking rough. Like it's crazy how you can try and time it so you're like riding the waves a little bit and you're like kind of going down the wave and then up it, but not like getting air.
Or you just cut through that shit.
But that's when you're doing this.
That's why I'm still sore.
And that's when you're kind of like,
72 hours
squat
later. Yeah.
over it.
Yeah, my ass
But she
hurts.
wasn't doing that, and then
Pause.
whatever, she was going at 75%, and then she like looks back when we get to the no wake zone, and the fucking trainee guide is like
Guide is nowhere to
missing.
be seen.
She's MIA.
Yeah.
And she's wearing like a neon fucking
Right.
green.
They're fully kitted out.
What like
Like
not
us, much like
Montclair.
us.
We were very visible. I'll say that. There's no way fucking. Well, you were all gray, so I was very
When
visible.
I was in 3M in the fucking
Oh, true.
and soaking wet. I was looking like a goddamn rainbow.
You did look cool. You did look cool, like
Thank
an
you.
oil spill.
Yeah. Even when I fuck up, I
So we
look
had to
cool.
fucking wait like 5-10 minutes, a goddamn
And
eternity.
we're like, what the
for her
fuck?
to show
And
up.
also, it's like at this point now, there's been so much fucking nonsense with the panic attack and me almost drowning that I was like, oh, this trainee is dead. She just died on the Hudson River on her fucking birthday.
Yep.
She's nowhere to be seen. I don't know what I guess she was coming back so slow that like it just took her extra time. But finally we fucking get her. We go back. We were fucking laughing about it. We're hamming it up at the dock. And then there was one final funny moment where after all that, and obviously, we're there with the full video crew and the instructors like kind of get what was happening based on the previous conversations before we hit the water. But she was like, so are you guys like best friends? And in that moment I was like, okay. I'm gonna wait and see what fucking James says here. I don't want to fucking jump in and seem thirsty or
And say,
anything.
yes, we are. He tried to save my life.
And then it was like, then you're like, no, no, this guy, I was just drowned. No, and then it just became like a whole fucking
I didn't
trying
make
to
the joke though. The joke I always make, where it's like I'm your 6th or 7th best friend.
Okay.
You're my 24th best friend.
I'm not
I
mad
didn't
at
make
that too
joke.
because normally you'd be like you have no friends, so which would
Right.
kind of bump you up into like the top
you had a
top
best
two,
man.
top two, and it ain't two.
You had a best man at your wedding, and like
I had
there's a wedding
groomsmen,
party.
yeah, for sure. But that was a funny. But I was like, yeah, let me just wait and see. Let me see what this guy says before I jump in
And
here.
you were just like, I mean, at this point, your PD pessimism.
I was pissed
allowed
too.
it.
I was like,
Lawrence, we just need one more shot. Like we need, like one more like outro, which I don't even think we used.
no, the turn it up a notch was. I think it made it. I don't know if it made it the final cut. Actually,
Was that post?
That was the last
ski?
thing that we did. Yeah. we
Okay,
did,
because
like-
you look kind of dry.
oh, really? I
Or
think
maybe
it was.
not, because my hair was like all like plastered.
I
down
think
and shit.
you looked more
I was like a
fucked
wet
up
rat.
than me at that
Yeah.
point. But either way,
Because
I
when you stopped,
was wearing a hood.
when
That's
you
why, I think.
stopped,
I went in the water.
like, when you stopped ripping, I was still like kind of trying to have fun and like trying to like find a groove about doing
Yeah.
like donuts and like pivoting and all that shit, whatever. I was like, yo, how hard is it to do a backflip in this bitch? Again, 100-foot wave.
So yeah, that was our day jet
That was a lot
skiing.
of fun.
And
Definitely
then-
felt
and you-
disgusting afterwards. And like,
Yeah.
I texted a photo to my friends in like my New York City boys thread, and thinking that they'd be like
New York
into
City
it.
boys.
It's
The City Boys up.
what's currently Hot Boys Summer. I think we got to change it to pumpkin spice lattes.
Please don't. Well, I mean, listen, man. It's your friends. Do whatever you want, but that is a terrible pun.
Yeah,
That's
there's
a
also
Gene level pun.
the leafy peepers. I forget, whatever.
But you should keep workshopping it with the City Boys.
yeah,
I think,
no, it's
for sure.
it's being workshopped.
Yeah,
but,
keep
they're all
workshopping
just
it
like-
with your 20 best friends.
They're all just like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, like how? And then I was like googling like what happens like if you swim in the Hudson River, and it's like not great.
I know it's
And
not
then I had to
great, but
fucking-
it's like
I had to dry all the sample. Yo, your pants, which are like they're long, right? They're like a heavy wool, so they kind of like extend.
They were
kind of
like drop crotchy to begin with too.
They were like, if I held them up, they were like 10 feet
Dude.
fucking high.
I can't imagine. We haven't heard anything back from. So they're obviously Montclair samples from. Should we say who's the PR?
Yeah, Carla Otto.
Carla Otto,
Like
iconic
the,
PR.
The best PR, like the most
Yeah,
expensive, powerful PR.
Right,
you can
they're the ones that hooked up the samples super last minute and got us the looks. We haven't heard anything from them, but those shits. I mean, did they smell? They had to.
I mean, I
Like
dry them,
fucking salty,
dry
salty
them-
dogs.
tried them on the balk for a minute, and like they. If you're a long time listener to the pod, you know that my downstairs neighbors are not a fan of when I when my balcony drips onto theirs.
Sure.
The shit was dripping.
Oh damn!
Shit was fucking.
It was
dripping.
real drip, dude. It's
And
that
it was
real
not just drip, it
Montclair
was like-
Genius drip.
But it was poopy drip. It was
Yeah,
poopy Hudson
disgusting.
drip. No, I've not heard anything back. To be fair, I did say many
Yes,
times on
yes,
email.
yes,
I was
yes.
like, "Yo, is the brand going to be okay?" That
These shits
they're
are
gonna
destroyed.
Be,
These looks completely ruined. Ruined.
I didn't say that. That I was like that they might take on some filthy river water.
Yeah, for sure.
because that's entirely very much
It's
a
likely.
possibility.
I mean, the fact that I went in fucking twice, not just once, but fucking Larry 2 times over here.
Like Korean fried chicken, bro.
yeah, dude.
Twice fried.
twice. Twice fried by the fucking Hudson. That's good. Twice fried. So yeah, that was our adventure jet skiing in Jersey City.
And it was fucking worth it. It was worth it. Even if like
yeah, I was gonna say
the
so.
next day.
With the shitty footage, but like after all of that, all the fucking pessimistic Peter shit, everything, was it worth it?
I think that we did everything we could. I wish that we could had more control, and that's just me being. And I was telling Rob about this. I was like, as a diagnosed control freak, like I
Yeah.
wish we had more control over the footage.
Micromanager.
or if we had conversed with her before. And I thought it was just going to be a private thing. I didn't know that there's going to be another couple.
Yeah.
So I was not trying to like hog her time or like kind of
Sure.
go up to her ahead of time and be like, yo, like we're the fucking like we need you
They
to,
were-
to film us all the shit.
Before her panic attack, when we were all sitting like in the waiting room or watching the fucking safety video, they were fucking cool and
Yeah, they're
down.
chill.
And when we left, the guy asked for our IG. I hope.
Yeah.
So who knows if he's a patron now? What was his name?
John.
Yo, shout out
Shout
John.
out John from Ohio.
Yeah, I don't.
Happy birthday,
wherever the,
bro.
Wherever the fuck you're from. Hope your wife.
Ohio.
Hope your. What was the what? Nikki and John, right? Yo, shout out Nikki. Sorry that all that happened to you. Oh, congratulations, or sorry that all that happened to you. Hopefully, you guys are doing much better than you were the other day. We appreciate your flexibility. The video is out sometime
Out now,
today, or
IGTV,
Yeah.
YouTube.
please give us the engagement. It was. I think it's one of those things where it's like, it's an iconic brand.
Are you doing this thing where like people go on close friends and like, yo, please like
Yes,
like and
yes,
comment on
yes,
the
exactly.
SpawnCon?
Exactly, 1,000%. Iconic
Wait,
brand.
this is close friends. This is not just close
No,
friends.
close
this is
best
best
friends.
friends.
Yeah, I would say it's an iconic brand, ridiculous opportunity where we could create content for a brand of Montclair's caliber. It was all set up through our homies at End Clothing,
Yeah.
one of the best fucking stores on the globe.
Absolutely.
And I don't know, we had as much fun with it as we possibly could, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well.
The jet skiing was well worth it, and that did like kind of take it up to a notch in like absurdity. It was also like one of these times where it's like, I'm like, yo, I'm going 90 miles an hour.
burping so much.
I know.
Is it the Presidentes are getting you?
Yeah, and I haven't had beer in
The
like a few days.
Presidentes have
But
got me.
I'm like, yo, I'm going 90 miles an hour. I'm fucking like on my SSX. What was that PlayStation game? SSX? Like the jet ski game?
Jet Moto.
Jet Moto, I'm like Jet Moto shit. And then like the footage, you're just like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
that.
Well, you feel like you're going so much faster than you are.
Right.
I'm like, oh my god, I just crashed going 60. It's like you're going 10 miles an hour.
so I
but
wish
yeah.
that we had more footage and like, but also
It
whatever,
was the craziest 2 days that we've had. I mean, like obviously we talked a lot about the live show being like anxiety inducing on a certain level.
Q4
Yeah, we-
throwing fits.
Yo, we're going full turbo.
Phew, I can't
And
even-
you already know that's our fucking cruising speed, no pun intended.
we haven't even talked about our LA trip.
Yeah.
You know what else made this week crazy for me?
What's that?
I was the fucking legal caretaker of a
that's right,
living,
right.
breathing specimen, Bella,
You're on
half
your, you're on,
pit, half mastiff.
you're on dog dad mode.
Yeah.
So you're just you were dog sitting for your homie and the guy we both used to work with at Complex.
Yeah, Chops. Shout out Chops.
Shout out
P-Chops
Chops.
23. You fucking better get us LeBron now. So like, he
Wait, is
dropped-
that why you did it? Because he's like, "Oh, you do me this favor, I can book you a sports superstar."
he was put in a really tough spot where he was going to a wedding with his girlfriend. What I didn't know is that they were going for Vegas. They were going to Vegas for a day and a half after.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, we're already so far.
Extendo.
We're already so far out west. Let's just go to Vegas for a day and a half.
So you can fucking bet on games, probably.
It was more like a couples thing because like his girlfriend was there. I don't think he did much gambling. He said he put like $20 on like the
Browns.
my lucky number on like
He's a
roulette.
Browns guy, right? He's
Yeah.
from
Yeah, big Browns guy, big Cavs guy, big Indians guy. Problematic.
yeah.
He called me up Wednesday, being like, "Yo, my dog sitter, her mom got COVID. She's in the hospital. She's flying down to
Right.
see her mom to like be with her mom and like handle everything. Like, please, bro, please, please, please. I also live in Greenpoint. Like, she's super chill. She's 7 years old, rescue dog, sweetest girl ever. Like, you have to walk her once in the morning, walk her once at night. You can leave her. I was like, I have this video shoot.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 2 days. I'm gonna be out of the house like for at least 2
Timing
days.
couldn't be worse on your end.
Yeah, we have fucking. We didn't know at this point. We didn't know if the video concept was approved. So
Right,
I was
right,
like,
right.
I don't know what days I'm going to be out.
This all came together super, like as last minute as any production of this level could. It was so late.
which is unfortunately standard and always
Not really. Not with us though.
it always just sucks because like I think that
That's
with
why I was in
clients.
such a bad mood because we don't normally work.
Well,
like
you're
this.
like yo, we're talent.
We
Like, should
haven't
be dictating the
mentioned
terms.
that we also, as part of this fucking deal, did a podcast, a very cool podcast that will hopefully come out with Tizo Touchdown.
Right.
Hopefully next week.
Which
So
is
I'm
probably
not,
no. It's definitely coming out next week, whether it's Monday or Tuesday. Is
yeah.
TBD.
We just depending on like what the brand wants, whether it would be the main thing on Tuesday or separate thing, or tertiary thing is neither here nor there. But like we also like did that with an hour's notice. And we're like waiting around when he was on this fucking live stream for hours on end.
This is you on your.
So I was just fucking. I was annoyed.
This is you on your Danny Diva shit. Danny Diva, PD pessimism, negative Nancy, where you're like,
The gang's all here.
I'm like, bro, when I worked at Def Jam, you know, you had to wait like fucking 12 hours for YG to show up.
And I will say that part of me was like, oh, this fucking rapper, but he was cool as fuck. He was like, it was more of just like, it's really the brand, honestly. It's the
Well,
brand.
I think what brands don't understand is that like creating video. Yes, you can just do it on your phone, whatever. If you want like a real thing with like real cameras and like decent quality,
Right.
it takes a lot
real
longer than you
production.
think. And a lot of it is like the bullshit where it's like, oh, I got to export this. It's going to take 4 hours.
Yeah.
So, or, oh, I had to implement these changes. It's going to take another like 3 hours. So I was trying to impress that upon them, but I think brands just don't, or a lot of brands and agencies don't get it. So
Anyways, the worst time to babysit a dog.
worst fucking time to babysit a dog, but I was like,
Dog
all right,
sit,
fuck it,
excuse
I'll
me.
do it. And yeah, Bella, the sweetest, nicest, neediest girl I've ever had in my apartment.
The neediest bitch you've ever been with.
Yeah, I was just fucking dog sat, bro. And you know I love dogs, but this was the worst week, and I made that clear. I was like, look, I normally be down, but the timing is so fucking bad right now. But he was in such a tough spot that it was like me or nothing.
It's funny hearing this from your perspective, how like she was so sweet. She's obviously needy. I saw that myself. Obviously, and I was in here a lot when you had her, so I got to meet her and chill with her a little bit. Obviously, I am a dog daddy myself.
Dogman.
But it's funny hearing your perspective because I will say that I think a dog would be, in theory, right? This is what I still think this, or maybe I don't still think this, but my thought process was, James, he's single. Maybe he's lonely. You're not the most affectionate guy that I know. I think that you might even
Hey, man.
lack a little bit in the empathy department. So I'm like, this would be, I would always say a dog would be so great for you. And you can have dogs in this building, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
there's
right?
a dog spa in the basement.
Right. Look at that. So fucking,
You see a dog spa in your neighborhood, you know the price of a chopped cheese going up.
Exactly. So at first I was like, yo, this is good. I can't wait to see how you interact with that dog. And I will say that now I'm maybe having second thoughts because I feel like you, and whether or not you were stressed from all this other stuff that was going on, but I have not seen you more out of your element and flustered than dealing with this fucking tube of meat.
Yeah, she is a meat
This
tube.
fucking meat missile that was
She's a
running
s-
around your apartment.
She has a large sausage.
Yeah.
To that, I guess I was more stressed because you were here on these video days. I was stressed that it was stressing her out, like having people come
in and out?
come
Yeah,
out.
that's
her freaking
fair.
out. Her like thinking that she has like new friends, people that are gonna walk her.
Right.
And so I was trying to be like, yo, can we just do as much? Can we like when we leave the apartment? Can we just like leave the apartment?
I want
and,
to temper
like, let
this
her
bitch's
chill?
expectations.
and and yes, like I think it was like a combination of stress. It was just like new. Also, the night before, she was like so okay. So the first night, I'm like, Bella, you cannot sleep in my bed. Like you are sleeping outside
You're a
of the room.
filthy
like,
animal.
oh my god, these burps. And it was like, that was night one. Night two, I'm like, Bella, like get the fuck.
So she was just, and when you tried to get her to sleep like on your couch, she was just not having it, right? She was.
She was like, she would like whine outside my door. And finally, she like slept in the bed, or sorry, she slept in the bedroom, but not in the bed.
Gotcha.
But then night two, she would like come up on the bed and be like,
Fuck it.
yeah, fuck it. Like when you hear your family.
Yeah.
But she would like, I guess night two was
Jimmy
before
got a dog in his bed.
night two was before day one of the video, and she's such a big fucking
She's gigantic.
chorizo
Yeah.
that like she like move and it was like
Sausage.
knock me off the bed,
Right,
or she would like shake and it would like move the whole fucking bed, right? So I got according to my sleep tracker thing, I got 3 hours of sleep.
I mean,
the
that
night
was the
before.
first thing I came in. I'm like, damn, you look like shit. You're like, yeah, I got 3 hours of sleep last night thanks to this fucking asshole.
Yeah, so like and like
You were a little cranky with her.
I was a little cranky with
A little
her.
short.
I was a
What was
little
her
short.
deal
I
with the
could
food? She knocks her food over. She only
my
eats the
God.
food off the floor.
So she belonged to some like gutter punks and like
Oh, she was
Colorado
an
or some
adopted
shit.
dog.
Yeah, so she's
a
like a rescue dog.
A
She
rescue,
like
yeah.
she like whenever she sees we were out walking one night and Chops was like, yo, make sure you don't go to the one part of McCarran Park where people are boxing like for training.
She gets.
Because when she sees aggression, she'll like flip out, right? We were out walking one
that's
night
so
and there's
sad.
we're out walking one night and there's fucking dudes LARPing as like knights. And she
If you
flipped
see
the
dudes LARPing, you know the price of a chopped cheese going up.
she flipped the fuck out.
Oh,
She was like
fucking nerds.
She was like barking, crying, like lunging, like it was wild.
She
I
was
like,
having
what the
PTSD. She was having.
I was like, bro, it's just
trauma.
it's just two fucking virgins beating the shit out of each other.
yeah.
Um,
Relax.
no, I mean, I think that you might have saw me at my worst, but I think that was also combined with the stress, like the video production,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, I gotta fucking manage this dog. I gotta manage this fucking diva over here. Make sure that
His
he's
other
cool.
dog.
He's cool with almost drowning in the Hudson.
Yeah. It was just funny to see you in, because like, yeah, you've come over a bunch and like you're good with Pepper. And I will say though, it is funny to see you, because you're not an affectionate guy. I think like I've had a conversation with our boy Dick Sucking, your boy Dick Sucking Ron. I like to also think a friend of mine, about how emotionally I don't know, not stunted, but repressed, I think, to some degree.
I mean, that's the Irish and the Japanese.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think exactly, right? Like the nuclear combo. So it's cute to see you with the dog and to like, be cutesy. And I will say that over the course of the few days, I think 3 days I saw you with Bella, it just like continued to decrease and decline to the point where you're just like, okay, like we need to get her the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was like, I mean, very unfortunately, my apartment is like not set up, and so it is kind of like, I know that it's slowly getting there. So she's like fucking all the shit up. Yeah, so with the food, she'll like nudge the food, so she'll, like nudge her bowl around, and then like flip it over, and then like nudge the food like under the oven and like under the fridge.
So explain with the food, man.
And I don't know, it's weird.
Well, like most bitches
And
up
again,
in
she's
this
a
crib,
fucking-
she was a rescue. Sorry, I had that one. I had that one loaded.
for a whole week.
I had that one locked up for like the last 10 minutes at least.
And also, it was just like, look, if I'd spent more time with her, or like with any dog, I think that, and human or otherwise,
Yeah.
it's like getting used to like the rhythms
Sure,
of
of
each other's
course.
lives, and also like this was such a weird fucking time with the pod where it's like, yo, we gotta plan. We gotta plan the UK.
Yeah.
Got to do this fucking video shoot.
Got LA coming up
Got
after
LA
that.
coming up.
Back to back.
Like it's so got to do like regular errands and shit, and like, it was just a little. I don't know, when I went like had to like take a shit, and she's like nudging open the door and will like just like put her head in my lap while I'm
Yeah.
taking a shit,
Yeah.
or like try to get in the shower with me.
Try to give you a blumpkin. I will say the realest thing that you said, which
I was like, yo, when the fuck do I jerk off? 'Cause if she's in my bed, I had to walk out of the bedroom, bro.
so you could jerk. And then where did you jerk off in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh, first time.
No, in the bedroom.
You locked her out of the bedroom. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Had to drown out the sounds of her whining with just like louder porn.
I think on the
Yeah.
Wardell pod we talked about I'm a bathroom jerker. That's just me.
Well, because you're married.
Right. And I don't lay down, dude. That was the other thing.
That's also.
But anyway, the point I will make that I think that you said that was the realest was that raising a dog, and I hadn't thought about this, is a 2-person job. And I take that for
Yes.
granted because my wife is in charge of everything. I joke about her being my manager, and we can really dig into this if we want when she comes on the pod eventually. But I can't imagine raising Pepper alone.
Well, that was a stressful thing where it's like,
I have my tasks, like I
Right.
walk her, and I have my things that I do, but I can't imagine doing it alone.
well, I think you
'Cause I
saw
never
me.
had to.
I think you might have seen me at my works with Bella because it was like, like worrying, like she hasn't eaten. Do I give her more CBD? Is that bad for her? Has she walked enough? She only pooped like one time today. Is she gonna be okay? Like, and kind of, but that stress. And then there was a moment where I was like, fuck, I forget what it was, but there's a moment where I was like, yo, I don't empathize with them, but I can see how people like dog abusers can like look at their dogs and just like take out their own
Bruh.
issues on the dog.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not.
Well, so then you get why people also abuse children as well.
Sure. Yeah, and like domestic
Because
violence.
they're annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They deserve it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Little shits.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're not here to victim blame, but if you did something to deserve it.
fucking
I mean,
little shit.
you already did say that fucking poor dead influencer fucking.
All I'm saying is, go to our IG right.
Christ, bro, we're gonna get canceled.
Get your phone.
off
Get your
this.
phone out.
Um,
What's her name? Leah something?
the chick that is gone?
Yeah.
I don't know what her name is.
Go to
No, please don't read her captions on the
no
pod.
go. I want you to go to her shit. Gabby Petito. Go to her shit right now.
No, I'm not gonna. No, well, I'll do this off pod. I don't want to be fucking. I don't want to be fucking.
You don't have to read them.
This is entrapment, dude.
You don't have to read them.
This is you're entrapping me into canceling myself. Okay.
I already canceled ourselves enough for the two of us.
Okay, fine.
I just want you to read.
The most recent one.
Well, she didn't like.
She's
okay,
Happy
not that.
Halloween.
Okay, not that.
Oh my god, bro.
Wait. Oh wait. Here we go. This
I
is
don't wanna
this.
do
This.
this.
Okay. Read this one. Read this one and tell me that.
Bro, are you sure you want to go down this road?
Just read it silently.
That's what she said also. We decided to take the path less traveled on the other side of the arch. After waiting in a short line for some photos under the arch
You don't have to read it out
early
loud.
Monday morning,
Just skim
we
this.
wanted to. I can't do this right
Just
now.
skim
You're going
this.
to put me in a bad spot.
You're
of
telling
course.
me-
Okay, all right.
telling me-
Bro, stop it. This is the one thing. This is how Francis got fired from Barstool.
Well, am I gonna get fired from throwing fits?
Okay, that's fair. All right, let's talk about one more embarrassing thing that happened to you or that you're attempting right now, and then let's get out of here.
Other dog
unscathed.
behavior. Well, okay. What do you want? Do you want to just do? We have 3 topics. What do you want to do?
Oh, we're definitely doing your current situation with our guest and our new bestie, Leah McSweeney.
Yeah, yo, shout out to Leah McSweeney. Thank you for all the promotion. Thank you for
She rocks, dude. I love her.
Yeah. Did it reinvigorate your love for like Real Housewives?
No, but it's one of those things where when she left, I was like giddy and was like, I wish we were all going out for dinner or a drink because she fucking rules. She was so fun. And like, I want to be her friend. And I was even yelling at you because when she left and we were going to send her pod shorts and all this, you were like, yo, I'm going to put us on a group text. And I was like,
I said that?
Yeah. That's why I had this expectation. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be on a group text with Leah McSweeney.
She
I'm gonna have
goes,
her number.
she goes, I'm going to get one of your numbers. And then she hands her phone to me. And she's like, what's your number?
And I think you said, yeah, I'll put us on a group text or something. But either way, you know, for all the logistics shit aside, I was super excited because I was just like falling in love with her as like a person because she rocks so hard. And when that group chat never happened, I was very sad and very upset until she followed me on Instagram. And then I was...
She asked what your IG was.
Okay, nice.
I gave her the right handle.
Thank you. As opposed to what? Just giving her like, oh, it's throwing fits. He doesn't have one. He doesn't have one.
It's Ed Lawrence.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's not really an IG type of
But
guy.
what I found out, or not what I found out, but the fact that we weren't on a group chat together was totally fine. Once I found out, what was potentially happening between you two.
No, okay. Let's hedge this. Nothing's happening. There was
no thanks to you.
Yeah. I mean, it was proved on the pod with her that I have no game when I tried to fucking slide into her sister.
Right. Hey, some weather we're having, yeah.
Yeah. How about this warm weather?
But there is this fun. So obviously, this didn't happen on pod because she didn't pick up FaceTime. But you did FaceTime. We haven't talked about this. You FaceTimed with Leah and her sister off air.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Which people don't know, and it was awkward and weird. It was cringe as fuck.
Yeah.
Not that because I think she was like...
It was before the afters?
Yes, it was in between. And it wasn't because, like, you did anything. And obviously, Leah's doing it because it's funny and it's embarrassing, right? Let's get that out of the way. Like, let's be clear what the intentions are there. Does she really want to set you up with her sister? Who's to say? Her sister was then put on the... You're both put on the spot.
Yeah.
But the sister even more so than you because she didn't know what was coming. And it was just not great.
Yeah.
Overall. But with that said...
It wasn't terrible. She was like, oh, I want to get a tattoo. And Lee was like, you guys can go get tattoos together.
Yeah, right.
And then she's like, oh, I was like, I already have an S. She's like, oh, so maybe I'll get a J or something like that. I'll get an A so it spells, I don't know, whatever.
Oh, like spelling James. I don't remember that.
No, it's like S-A, like Sarah, but whatever.
Oh, okay. That's her name. Sarah McSweeney. Lil McSweeney?
Yeah.
Got it.
So Lee and I have been texting all week because she's like, was super fucking stoked to come on the pod. You know, trying to get her. I guess she'll be in the Discord today. Oh my God, yo, can people please not air me out that hard on the cord when she's in the cord?
Oh, she's gonna be on Friday.
Yeah,
Ooh.
when this episode's live.
Yikes.
Totally fine.
Okay, keep going.
So we were texting like I don't know, just like post pod logistics, kind of like
she was
gossip.
she was getting messages right from our listeners.
Yeah, she was like sending me. She got a DM from somebody like in our world who I'm not going to say. She also told me who the A-list celeb is that slid into her DM.
She told us off mic.
Did she?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, she did. You don't remember? We literally talked about it. I can't remember who it is, but I remember she told us.
Okay, whatever. You know, just whatever. Just like post-pod bullshit, like the post-pod glow that every guest has. Jerry Ferrara, Leah McSweeney. Who else?
All of them. All of them.
So the dude that slid into her DMs, who's young,
who's in our, is he a fan of the show or?
I'm gonna write this out.
Okay, let me see. Okay, James is typing out who it was. Oh, right, you did mention that. Interesting.
Yes. So
he's very young.
Yeah.
How old is he? 22?
Younger.
Oh my. Well, she said the cutoff was 25. Whatever. So he listened to the show.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or the clip on IG.
Interesting because he's been a little bit of a bitch-ass diva about coming on the show.
Or the clip on IG. You never know. Anyway.
Oh, right. The clip on IG.
It's funny. Not funny. Like two people separately that know Leah and loved the episode and listened and loved the episode asked me if she and I were like going to hang out or like go on a date or something. Like, I don't know if they like heard that through.
Could have been me too. If only
the
we were on a
energy.
group chat. Go to Lore Fish Bar.
If like they caught the vibe.
Jenna,
Also-
listen. Oh, can I just say real quick before I forget? Jenna listened to Throwing Fits for the first time ever.
What'd you think?
Because of Leah. Well, she made fun of me for the Laura Fish Bar thing. She's like, yo, Laura Fish Bar. First of all, by the way, you and I went to Laura Fish Bar for a meeting with the homie, and we were laughing about it before and after. So I don't know if like you and I are fucking snobs or we're like out of the loop and not cool, but apparently, like Leah said, Lure is some fucking cool, iconic, overpriced Soho lunch spot to the point where Jenna was like, yeah, you're a bozo. You showed your ass in 4K. And I was like, but I think she only listened to like 20 minutes because she was like, I did it in between a workout or something. I don't know. But it was
I think the cool Italian restaurant she was talking about is Amelia Bolato's.
People in the court are saying it's Arturo's.
I don't know.
Which
Anyway.
a funny story about Arturo's is that I recommended Arturo's to Gian for a first date, and it was with his ex-girlfriend who he dated for many years, who turned out to be a lesbian. So that's my bad. Hand up, that's on me. I fucked up by giving you too good of a spot. Arturo's.
Arturo's. It'll turn you gay.
Yeah. Well, she was already.
Yeah,
well,
Arturo's. It'll make you realize you're gay. That's how good the fucking chicken parm is.
Yeah, for real. Anyway,
so we're texting. It's
but
fun.
two people will sense some type of chemistry. Something.
Yeah, two people were like, "Yo, there's something here." She tells me she's like vetting the DMer with me, and she's like, "It's just been so long. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on."
Echoing what you were saying on the pod, where she's like, "I want to get laid."
Yeah, but in a one-on-one scenario. So
Right,
I'm
right,
like,
sure.
okay. And again, maybe I'm reading this wrong, but I think one, Leah's awesome, very like successful, which is like, I don't know if it's me getting older, but like individual success, or maybe just having experienced myself.
Can I put you on
is
blast?
like so attractive.
Can I put you on blast about a thing we talked about recently?
Well, yeah, sure.
So you were seeing some girl who has whatever job, but we won't say what it is. And you were like, yeah, man, like her job is just not cool. And I'm like, well, who the fuck cares? And you're like, well, yo, as I get older, like, you know, I want to like talk to someone who like, you know, has an interesting career. And I'm like, what do you think people think about us being like podcasters? Which then you said something that was, yo, this is crazy. We're having a lot of real moments on this pod. This is an instant classic. I mentioned this to Jenna because this is back to you. You're not a vulnerable, emotional guy. Not that you're not honest and
'cause I'm
transparent.
cool.
But you literally then had this moment where you're like, yo, bro, honestly, yeah, it's a podcast, but you're like, yo, look at us, man. We built this thing. We did it ourselves. It's, for all intents and purposes, like, objectively, it's successful. Like, I'm proud of what we built. And this was right before the live show, as tension, or as emotion and tension was higher than it's probably ever been, because we're both, like, fucking basically, you know, shaking in our boots to do this thing that you don't know if it's going to fucking...
Shaking in our cameos.
You don't know if you're going to bomb or it's going to be a nuclear bomb of fucking, you know, awesomeness. And I remember telling Jenna this, and I was like, yo, I felt like James was like opening up a new level, because like I'm not that of course I agree with everything you're saying, and if anything it goes unsaid. We agree on that, but I remember being like, damn, that's interesting to hear. But anyway, all that being said, it's interesting that you see her, not interesting, I get it, as a very successful, that's attractive to you.
Yeah, for sure. Not just her, but like anyone.
Everything she's built.
Yeah, all the things she said, everything she's built. Not just her, but like anyone. I think it's just like
That's literally
if
the
you're
Red Scare theme song, ironically enough.
Tattoo.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
They're Russian. That's the whole.
Not lesbians though.
Well, Tattoo were never real lesbians either.
Really?
Yeah, it
It
was
was
like a
some
fake. That was like
marketing shit?
That was an industry plant from the Kremlin.
Okay, I'm gonna show my. Speaking of, you know, maybe this is just a whole pod about vulnerability. I'm gonna admit something. I definitely jerked off to the Tattoo music video, probably more than any other outro music. Probably more than any other. Like they're both hot. The fucking there's a redhead and a brunette with like short hair.
I don't remember.
The brunette with short hair.
I remember
very attractive.
I remember more being like not that it wasn't dope to see that representation as like a fucking whatever, a young boy. I don't remember thinking they were that hot. Also, that can't be the outro music. That's the Red Scare's intro music. We'll do the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald by Gary Lightfoot, Gordon Lightfoot, whatever. Fucking shout out Canada. Anyway, continue.
No,
So
okay,
you're attracted to Leah.
Yeah, who wouldn't be? She has a great fucking laugh, great sense of humor, successful, attractive. So she's like, oh, like this guy's been DMing me. I'm like, and I ran this by you, and I didn't get your seal of approval, but like also I think it came a little too late. Where I was like, yo, it's now or never for me. I wrote some shit.
Don't miss your one opportunity.
Mom,
Chance to
spaghetti.
blow, whatever the fucking, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo.
That's not the outro music. I was like, oh, I didn't
Whatever.
realize you were into. I didn't realize like New York City media-based guys
Leave it at that.
had a chance.
Right. Or
If that's the case, and this is over text. If that's the case, maybe I should shoot my shot in the DMs. Fireball emoji, guy swinging golf club emoji.
you're welcome. That's my fucking custom. Yeah.
Well, it's a little more explicit than handball, dunker, garbage can. you
Well,
know?
no, that's for. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I send that. I put my phone down. I'm like cooking dinner.
You shot your shot.
Shot my shot. Put my phone down. Cooking dinner, and I get back. Ha 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 ha.
Yikes.
And then we like keep texting.
Yeah.
We like clearly this.
You got
is, like, the
ha
whole-
ha into Bolivia.
I got ha ha in the DMs, bro. I got ha ha straight to the.
What was
fucking
your you had
gonads.
a terrible follow up too. That was really funny. Wasn't there another?
No, I think that was the last. That was like the only DM I sent.
I thought there was another one because I just remember being like, "Oh my god, never changed." There was a. You might have to bring up the receipts. I don't know if there's another one.
When I texted you. Oh my god.
There was. You sent me a second follow up. I thought. Yeah. Good luck finding it. You could or yeah. I
Is
don't.
this you? No. Who the fuck is that? Oh, it's Brandon.
Oh yeah, we're on but still Patreon if you want to fucking tap in. That's another one. That's an hour of fucking bonus heaters. I don't know if you're gonna find it.
I mean, it's from like last night,
I
right?
thought it one more story when you're looking for this. Obviously, me putting my hand around Leah's waist, which I don't even remember
Oh,
taking
is it
that
this? Is
picture.
it This is my texting with Leah, which we're not going to read out loud because we're not going to expose.
No, I guess you're right. Maybe that was just the goofiness in and of itself. Maybe I was thinking of something else. Me putting my hand around her waist, which like I'm happy, like which everyone told me that like they noticed, and my wife obviously flamed me for. But I had to have the conversation with Jenna, where Jenna was like, "So, you think Leah?" And this is where I'm kind of like agreeing where you're kind of at right now. Like she's objectively attractive, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that she's like cool and successful on top of that, but I had to have that conversation with Jenna. And while I wasn't like, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're in the doghouse," like can't wait for this to get brought up on pod. Like she wasn't like mad at me, but I can't believe guys have gotten canceled for less than that.
Yeah, bro. Jeffrey Epstein.
I should have done the hover, but I guess I was just and what I was
this, that would have been more
and my
obvious.
response that because obviously I got a fucking million DMs about that, especially once I reposted Jenna, was just like, I guess
Is that your go-to when you like pose with girls in photos?
no, never.
So
I
why
don't-
do you go waist?
Because I think there was too much there was no real estate up top.
False. Because I'm the guy that sets the camera and hits go. So I shuffle back and put my arm wherever there's space.
I think because she like doing this. Oh! Yeah, she was fucking had the wingspan. I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, what I told everyone was that ultimately I guess I had a little bit too much fun on that podcast. And then that's the result. A little fucking and it's not fucking perved out or anything. It was, this is my new fucking BFF. It's my bestie. If anything, it's gross that anyone would imply anything from my end. But ultimately, a little touchy-feely.
Anyway, please don't bring this up in Discord.
Yeah,
when she's,
please.
Chatting with all our best friends in the cord.
So your opportunity, the window is closed.
Yeah, which is totally fine. It was a fucking long shot. Like
I think she was more fun. I don't think she was even serious with anything. I think it was more fucking around for everyone. You probably had the best shot of anyone that fucking.
the follow up that I
came
had in
through.
my mind was I was like, oh, you said 25. I must have misheard and thought you said 35. But like
also
didn't-
bad.
Did
Dude,
not even.
what did, how
not
do
even
you
get that far.
How do
Did not
you
even get
get
that
laid,
far.
bro? First of all, the return of horny Jimmy is a spectacle
Sexy Jimmy,
that
sexy Jimmy.
that listen. When he's on. But I don't. What is wrong with
Everything's
you, bro?
good until I open my fucking mouth.
Everything's
That's what
good
the
until
problem is.
everything's good until it's fucking bad.
Everything's good until you fucking fall in the chop. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
And that is why we're best friends.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Fortnite Balenciaga. Never, I guess.
Yeah. What was your main point? You're like, oh, now I know that I'm like too old and I don't even get it. I have no thoughts.
Well, no, it's just like this is not even something that I could like even entertain because I don't even have like a PS4 or PS5 to like
Sure.
try and like.
You made a
make an
great
avenue.
point. You should make your actual good point.
The one thing, okay, the one good point I'll say, and I don't know if anyone mentioned this because I didn't really read anything, is that Fortnite Balenciaga, if Balenciaga, like this makes a lot of sense to me. A lot of people just like immediately mocked it and derided
It's
it, like,
absolutely mockable.
which is the knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
But you probably will see more and more of this. But like Balenciaga can now A/B test
Yes.
garments and their popularity and sellability in the digital space, which is
Before making anything.
comes at a fraction of a cost.
Not even.
I have to
It
imagine.
costs nothing.
Well, you have to like develop it and like
Whatever.
all that shit.
Sure.
Comes at a fraction of a cost of actually like producing garments and taking the guesswork out of like what will be popular with this very big demographic.
Yeah.
Of just like young, super online, gamers.
Absolutely.
Or people.
I think it is a great way, like you said, to A/B test.
Yeah, and if
John's
something,
with Gen
if
Z.
something if something bricks on Fortnite, like
Yeah,
maybe,
then you don't need to buy. It doesn't need to hit stores.
well, maybe you don't make as many of it, or you don't even try to market it to
Yeah.
like young people, or if
Sure.
something there you have a
we were
runaway.
saying we're young people.
Sorry, I'm holding at the Presidente. Or something is like a runaway hit, that you got to like increase production
Yeah.
or whatever. So, breeding grounds of like, or
Right.
testing grounds of like
Sure.
what before you go into actual physical production.
And I didn't even think about that because when I see the opportunity to
Well, again, that's why you
buy a digital avatar, digital clothing, so that you can be whatever version of a character on a digital space, in my mind, it's like I already do that on Instagram. We
Right.
already do that for a living, so I have no interest
Like
in
when you
that. bro.
buy-
like I'm already doing that.
When you buy a John, does part of your brain, your fucking lizard brain, be like, this would fucking bang on Reels or this would bang on IG?
Shut up, Dennis. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think that, and while I say that,
Like there's this awesome vintage,
Right.
overdyed
Overshirt.
indigo overshirt.
yeah.
This isn't necessarily something that's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to
it's not a
pop off
statement piece.
on the feed, but then you
Whoa, transition God.
have something like the cardigan,
Yeah.
which is going to
I would be lying. I would be lying if I said I didn't think about certain things. Obviously, like rocking, killing the grid.
Yeah, like
on a
is this
Fitbit,
going to get
but-
like
in a
thousands
Fitbit,
and
rather?
thousands of approvals
Yeah.
on Maine?
Yeah, for sure. No, absolutely. Of course, I consider that. But yeah, my point is that
So this
like,
is just kind of like that taken to the extreme.
yeah, for sure. And like obviously like this whole idea of like, fucking NFT clothing. Like our boy Trunzo is super into this, and he's fucking, talked to me a million times about like releasing Throwing Fits merch digitally for whatever fucking Second Life, fucking metaverse, whatever shit is going on. And I can't get into it because unfortunately it is already my fucking life. And this has been Throwing Fits, the only podcast that matters.
Speaking of your life, the next time we see you guys will be in Johnny Old England.
Sup,
mate.
mate? Oh, sup, mate could
Fucking-
be Sup, mate could be the
There
outro
you go.
music.
Or what's the London song?
Damn, I really wanted a wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. It's like a 7-minute song.
It's not that. Wait, does the London song, does it have J. Cole?
No, that's Meet Me at the London, and
Meet Me
that
at the
is
London.
and that's J.
Yeah,
Cole.
yeah.
We want to do Sup, mate.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Name of the song.
Yes, I think so.
Mate, all right, we'll see you in the fucking UK.
See you in
Gonna
the
get on-
fucking Manchester. I can't even get it, dude.
Fucking
Fucking Manchester.
the Andes Craggedy and the fucking pots and the pissin'. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I got the fucking lads on tour.
all right,
You know
lads
the
on
fucking
tour. See you in
vibes.
the UK.
Goodbye.
Peace.